In top news headlines today from around the world, European Union-Australia trade deals talks collapse over disagreement in agricultural export concessions. US Fed Reserve policy announcement expected on Wednesday. United Auto Workers reach deal with Detroit Automakers. 6 weeks long strikes ends. Pakistan to expel over 1 million illegal Afghan migrants. Israel-Gaza war, no end in sight. Israel rejects Gaza ceasefire. Yemen Rebels join conflict. European Union-Australia trade deals talks collapse over disagreement in agricultural export concessions. Free trade negotiations between the European Union and Australia, which have been going on since 2018, have collapsed once again in a dramatic fashion. The core issue that has caused this breakdown is agricultural access. Australia had sought significant market access for its agricultural exports, particularly for products like beef, sheep, dairy. The European Union's concession in this regard were deemed insufficient by Australia. Team from the European Union and Australia travelled this weekend to Osaka, Japan, to hold a new round of negotiation on the sidelines of a G7 ministerial meeting. But before the two teams even had a chance to sit at the table, Don Farrell, Australia's Minister for Trade and Tourism, put forward fresh demands to further expand market access for Australian farmers, according to senior European Union officials. Farrell's last-minute request was seen by the European side as a profound reversal of the progress achieved over the past weeks and triggered the abrupt cancellation of the negotiations. The future of a free trade agreement between the European Union and Australia remains uncertain. US Fed Reserve policy announcement expected on Wednesday. There is virtually no chance policymakers will make a move either way on interest rates when the Fed concludes its two-day meeting Wednesday. What investors will watch instead are the signals that come from Chair Jerome Powell and the rest of the Federal Open Market Committee about where they are leaning for the future. United Auto Workers reach deal with Detroit Automakers. 6 weeks long strikes ends. United Auto Workers has reached agreement with 3 Detroit automakers, General Motors, Ford Motor and Crusoe-owned Stellantis, bringing an end to the union's 6-week campaign of coordinated strike. These strikes have resulted in significant victories for auto workers, securing road pay increases for employees. These agreements mark a substantial turning point for auto workers who have faced years of stagnant wages and concessions, particularly in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. Pakistan to expel over 1 million illegal Afghan migrants. Pakistan has issued a firm deadline for Afghan immigrants, urging approximately 1.7 million undocumented individuals to voluntarily leave the country by November 1. This decision comes as Pakistan aimed to address security concerns, citing claims that 14 out of 24 suicide bombings in the country this year were attributed to Afghan nationals. Israel-Gaza war, no end in sight. Israel rejects Gaza ceasefire. Yemen Rebels join conflict. The conflict does not seem ending soon as after Israel rejected Gaza ceasefire. The largest Gaza refugee camp was hit by a series of powerful explosions on Tuesday, killing many people. The conflict threatens to spread regionally as Yemen's rebels attack Israel and declares joining Israel-Hamas war. As a response to Israel's over-aggressive and disproportionate military actions in Gaza, the South American nation Bolivia severed diplomatic ties with